We've been having technical difficulties. I'm sorry. Bases are loaded right now for the Outcast with Cowboy up. We got Braden over on third base. Adriel's over on second base. David's over on first base. So there's already been one run scored. 1-0 Outcast. There's a hit ball down to first. That's a good play there. First baseman comes up, throws to home. That was a force out at home for the first out. Again, I'm sorry. Evidently we got a late start here because we didn't have connection with our satellite. So it's the Outcast and the Lubbock Rebels, the Odessa Outcast and the Lubbock Rebels playing this morning over here at Reyes-Mashburn Field in Midland, Texas. Outcast is up to bat first. They've got the bases loaded with only one out. Liam sees a strike. Stay with us. Things happen like this from time to time when we have technical difficulties and the satellite doesn't want to work right with us. Just hang in there with us. Liam's up. The base is loaded. Oh, two balls and one ball and two strikes. One out. There's a hit right down first baseman. First baseman nixes it. Runner comes in safe. That was a force. First base comes up with it nicely, gets to home, but the runner is in safe for the second score of the day. Outcast 2, Lubbock Rebels nothing, top of the first. Bases remain loaded with one out. The Outcasts. Jones is pitching for the Lubbock Rebels. Number 3, Logan for the Outcast steps in. This is juiced. There you go. He has one right down the first base. First base is up with it. Home for the force. And I don't know if I switched it fast enough, but then the catcher threw back to first and caught the runner off a base for the third out. However, midway through the first, it's the Outcast 2, Lubbock Rebels nothing. So I want to rewind here just a little bit. We had technical difficulties. We weren't certain we were on the air, and I don't think we were there for a little bit. So let me rewind here and just say welcome to Reyes-Mashburn Field in Midland, Texas. This is the second round of the playoffs bracket play for Sunday, and it features the Outcasts of Odessa, Texas, and the Rebels of Lubbock. Yesterday, the Outcasts went 2-0 in their games, puts them in the gold bracket along with the Lubbock Rebels. Both these teams went 2-0 yesterday, so that puts them in this playoff, in this bracket, which both of them got a reward by being able to start late this morning, this 11:30 game, which was designed to be an 11:30 game, but these umpires are rushing it up, and they started this game early. And I can understand them wanting to do that to try to get out of here, but sometimes 20 minutes is a lot for these teams to get in, get ready. It's it's a lot for if you're going to do radio, television broadcasts. It's hard to get moved around from field to field and get up in time to get this on the air. So we suffered a little bit of that today as well. You know, I understand the need of wanting to try to start early, or the want to start earlier, but it should be nice if they could start these games on time. You got a lot of grandparents that are trying to get here to watch the game. They end up missing an inning, and if you know, whatever the time is to start, that's what the time ought to be. If they want to move it up, just move it. Move it up, and make sure everybody knows it could be 11:15 to 11:30. So we are typically a Tall City Juggernauts, a Midland Juggernauts television telecast. The Endeca Crude Express out of Midland, Texas, are the ones that make this possible to have these live televised games on YouTube live television. Right now, if you'd just like us or subscribe or both, we'd appreciate it. It helps us out. But so we typically travel with the Juggernauts. However, over the last year and a half, our team, the Juggernauts, have played the Outcasts and also NBA when we were traveling with NBA. And so we've gotten to be friendly with the Outcasts and their fan base and their families. And they're a good organization out of Odessa, Texas. They've got very, very good coaching. The team is a strong team. The Outcast is always going to play you tough, no matter if you're a major like the one they're having to play right now for whatever reason. They are going to get in. They're going to give you everything they have every time, and they're going to do it in a classy way. The fans are great fans. So, the Juggernauts lost their first game of the day, and we were on this field anyway. So we just wanted to reach out to the Outcast and see if they wanted us to televise it today. We thought it'd be fun for them and fun for us, and they were receptive. They said, yes, please, put us on, and so that's why we're – whoa, boy, that's right up the middle, out into center field by number 2, Evan, for the Rebels. He gets on first base. That almost gets the pitcher before he could get out of the way of it. That was a strong hit. So anyway, that's why you are seeing the game under a Juggernaut heading, but it's really the Outcast, and that's who we are televising for today. So I think it's going to be a good game regardless. Even though the Outcasts have been tasked with the heavy lifting of playing a major from Lubbock, they're going to give it all they have. They're going to step up. They're going to play. That's how they do. That's who they are. So this is going to be a fun game. Got a runner on first and he is about to make a move towards second. And he is there standing up. He's in scoring position. Callaway for the Rebels is up. Cooper Callaway, Coop, I hear they affectionately call him, is up. 1-1's the count. 2-0 Outcast. Bottom of the first. That's in there for a strike. 1-2's the count. That's inside. That'll take the count even. That's hit. I'm sorry, a little bit bad on the switch in there. Tried to do better. Callaway's out at second for out number 1. That's in there for a strike. That's a nice pitch. Braylon's on the mound for the Outcast this morning. Got a man down on third base. There's a hit out into right field. Center field's under it. That run will come in and score. 2-1. Outcast. Ryland steps in. Runner's on the move to second. He's in there standing up. That's down. 2-0's the count. That's back up the middle. Shortstop's up with it. He's over to first for the out. Two to one Outcast, bottom of the first. 2 outs. 1 on third. He represents the tying run. That's in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Braylon. 1-1. 0-1 the count. That's ball. 1-1 the count. Runner on third, first and second, empty. There's your runner and your batter. There's a hit down first base side, but it goes foul. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on third, 2-1 Outcast. Runner might come on a wild pitch. A runner is in there safe. That'll tie the game. Martin comes in. Hayes Martin comes in for the Rebels. Tying the game up. Hayes is in the box. It's outside. Hayes Trojacek, I think. I don't know these players, so I'm having to. Count, and that's going to walk Hayes. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Briston Jones. Briston's a starting pitcher today for the Lubbock Rebels. When y'all get a minute, please hit like, and we'd like for you to subscribe. It's not that big a deal, but please at least hit like for us if you would. If you're watching this telecast a year down the road, you can still hit like. Runner goes over to second. Gets in there safe, standing up. As you can see, nobody on first over there. Runner right there on second. Nobody here on third, closest to you. That's inside, but he hits it. That comes up to the shortstop. Shortstop's over to first for the out. All right. Had to make a quick camera position change. That's the position we were missing right there. That camera was off a little bit. So we've adjusted that. Now you can see first and second pitching now a little bit better. Off to the races. Jones throws his first pitch of the second inning. Kobe is up for the outcast. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. It's in there high. If you're just joining us, it's the top of the second. Outcast 2, Lubbock Rebels 2. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. That's low to Kobe. That's high, but he goes fishing for it. Sometimes those high pitches are a little too juicy sometimes. Can't lay off. Oh, struck him out for the first out in the top of the second. Martinez steps in to bat for the outcast. It's one back to the right side towards the backstop. Foul. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Jones is his command's getting a little bit better as he throws more and more. He's a good, strong pitcher. He's got good stuff. There's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Score 2-2, top of the second. There's a hit out to center field. Center field is under it, and he has it for the final out. Midway through 2, the score's tied at 2. Outcast and the Lubbock Rebels equally matched. Hardy's in there. He swings at strike 2. Ripken Hardy's up for the Rebels. Braylon on the mound for the Outcast. That's outside. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. That'll walk Hardy. Braylon's coming with that fastball at about 52 to 53 miles an hour, according to Speed Check. Elite speed for an 11-year-old is about 55. In control. That was a 54-mile-an-hour fastball by Braylon. It's approaching elite speed right there. Got a runner right here on first. As you can see, Hardy. There's no outs. He's off. That's a hit past shortstop. Hardy's around second. He's going to come into third. That is going to down, put that runner, that hitter over on second. Ripken. Mason, sorry. So Ripken advances to the third. Hardy or Mason gets over on second for the Rebels. That's a strike. So the score is tied 2-2. There's 2 runners on second and third for Lubbock Rebels. There's no outs. No balls, 1 strike. Good job by the catcher. To keep that out in front of him. Another good job by the catcher. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs, 2-2. Bottom of the second. It's inside for a ball. 3 balls and a strike now is the count. There's Hardy right down there on third base staring, keeping his eye on home plate there. That's where he wants to go. You got Mason over there on second. There's a hit right down. Nice hit. Runner comes home, scores. Mason goes on over to third. Hardy scores. There's a pickoff attempt at third.
John.
That's caught by the second base. High infield fly for the out. Cooper Callaway steps in for the Rebels. He steps in, 3-2 lead for his team, the Lubbock Rebels. There's 2 outs on them, however. They've got a man down there on third. He hits one right up the middle to left center field. Right. Runner comes in. Marin comes in to score for the Rebels. It's a nice single. Was no way for either left fielder or the center fielder to get to that. That'll run the score 4-2. Lubbock. Rebels.
Let Chad cover the back.
Hayes steps in with the runner over on first. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. There's a hit on towards short, between short and left. Gets out into left field. Puts runners on first and second. Ryland asks for time, steps out of the box. I think he's ready. 2 outs, 2 on, 4-2. Lubbock Rebels. Bottom of the second. That's a strike, a nice pitch by Braylon. Braylon has 39 pitches on him. That's a little bit outside. Leaving the count 1-1. Braylon winds up, delivers. A little bit low. For ball 2. 2-1 the count. Ball's inside. 3-1. That'll walk Ryland. That'll load the bases. From time to time, folks, we'll lose our satellite feed. Just bear with us. It'll come back. It's just something we can't help. That happened just then. So there's a lot of data that has to go up and down with 5-6 cameras. So every once in a while, we'll lose satellite feed. There's a meeting at the mound. Outcasts have a meeting at the mound right now. I don't know. Kind of watch and see what's going on here. Looks like he's just trying to give a little encouragement. Bases are loaded. That tends to pressure up that pitcher just a little bit. Braylon's done a really good job. He's got 43 pitches on him. They're keeping it well in range with this major team they're playing, the Lubbock Rebels. It is 4-2 in favor of the Rebels right now with 2 outs. Ball gets by the catcher. Run comes in, scores. Now they've got this kid in a pickle here, number 50. Hayes is in a pickle. Pickle continues. So we lost signal right at the prime time there. That pickle went on and went on and went on. What a great job by Outcast. End up on the last throw back to player on third. It got away from him, and the runner got back finally safely on third. That was a great pickle. Y'all got to watch most of it, but unfortunately our satellite feed dropped on the, as you'd have it on the very last move there. That was a great pickle, a great job. 5-2, Rebels. Troja check. Hayes in at bat. Nobody on first. Got a runner on second and third. See if we can get our video feed straightened out here. There's a hit down out to center field. That's going to bring in Maston. They've been hung on 2 outs here for a while. That run makes it 6-2 in favor of the Rebels. Bottom of the second.
Take your hands out of your mouth!
That's in there for a strike. Jones, the pitcher for the Rebels, is in the box. He's got a runner on second and third. And that's outside. Runners on second and third right there. That's a foul tip back behind us. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Oh, that's in there for a strike. He struck him out. Nice pitch by Brayland in that at bat for the Rebels. Outcasts are hanging in. 6-2 Rebels right now in the top of the third. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is baseball. These are 11-year-olds. Anything can happen. A lot of times we have trivia and things that we talk about on our feed. And one of the things that we talked about this morning in our first game of the day was the fact that
You know what? She's actually, oh, where'd she go? She's doing game changer. Yes, sir. Maybe giving a pep talk. What do you have here? I'll tell you what, I can pull it up. She's keeping it, so.
Oh, you were doing it.
so one of the things we were talking about in our last game, which is a condition, not a condition, it's where a person has 2 different color eyes. Two different completely color of eyes. Heterochromia iridium. It's very rare. Generally, it's a genetic thing. Usually it's genetic. But sometimes it can be caused by an injury. Rarely, but can be. It can also be caused by glaucoma or tumors. But generally you're born with that. So it's a genetically driven thing where you see 2 different colors of eyes. Kate Bosworth, different color eyes. We're back in play. Jones throws his first pitch outside. And the pitcher for the Outcast is up to bat, Braylon. There's that young man right there. Hits one high and back behind us for a foul. Kiefer Sutherland. He has 2 different color eyes. Jane Seymour. That's back in my day. There's a hit right back to the pitcher. The pitcher's up with it. Over to first for the first out. Benedict Cumberbatch has two different color eyes. Benedict Cumberbatch. Braden comes up for the outcast. Swing and a miss. Jones delivers, and it's outside for a ball. Christopher Walken has two different colors of eyes. Christopher Walken. That ball's in there way high. Demi Moore. Demi Moore has two different color eyes. That's high. 2-1's the count. 3-1, I'm sorry, was the count. And that will walk Braden down to first base. That's the first base runner. Pac-Man comes up. Adriel for the outcast. David Bowie. There's an attempted pickoff. Runner's going to stay even though the ball gets past first. David Bowie has two different color eyes. As does my favorite, Olivia Wilde. Another pickoff. That's why we stayed on that camera shot there. Runner on the move. That was a balk by the pitcher, Jones, 27. Runner is going to be moved along to second. Play resumes. Runner on second, nobody on first or third. There is the hit. That's down the line. Up with it is the first baseman for the out, but Braden gets on over to third base. Just as good as a bunt, I suppose. Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer has two different color eyes. That's in there for a strike.
I need to get your channel. I was hearing you, but I need to get your channel. I want to hear. I love it.
Give him the code, would you? That's a swing and a miss. He goes reaching for it on that one, does Rylan. Gracie Allen had two different color eyes. 0-2's the count. That's a nice pitch. That gets the center fielder. Center fielder's up under it for the out. That'll be it for that side. Midway through the third, 6-2, Lubbock Rebels in this one. And let me preface this by saying I'm an old guy, right? Like really old. Like just turned 65 old, and I've got an 11-year-old, legit 11-year-old, and a 5-year-old. They both play ball. I mean, they don't play ball. Yeah, one of them plays tennis, but my son plays for the Juggernauts. Yes, biologically, I mean, I got it pulled off. I really did. I'm not kidding you. 11-year-old, now 6-year-old, I guess, been corrected. And so I'm pretty old. So, you know, back in my day, it was Johnny Carson. Loved Johnny Carson. And I watch Johnny Carson to this day at night. I go to sleep watching the old reruns of Johnny Carson. And I was watching the other night, and I'd forgotten about this, but it was the one where Zippy the Chimp came on the show. And Zippy the Chimp, the name of Bob Schmidt was Buffalo Bob on the famous of him. And this chimp took the cherry out of his glass and ate it. And so he bought this chimp and made it part of his show, the Howdy Doody Show. And this chimp's name is Zippy. And so he had Zippy on the Tonight Show, and I was watching it the other night, of course, a rerun. Zippy comes out on a pair of freaking roller skates. I kid you not. He's in a full suit and tie, and he comes out in a set of roller skates, hops up on the stage with Johnny and sits down with he and his handlers, and begins just to amaze. It's creepy looking at this chimp. He looks like a human, man, and the things he did during this segment of Carson were amazing. Talk more about that in just a minute. Hardy is up for the Rebels as the Outcast throw their first pitch to him, and that is a nice pitch for a strike by number 7, Braden, who now will come in and relief for Braylon. Braden on the mound for the Outcast. There goes that's over in foul territory. Wow, that was a good play. Third baseman ranges over to get that out. Nice, much needed out. Good job. That one's outside to number 41, Mason, for the Rebels. Lubbock Rebels, Odessa Outcasts. It's a swing and a miss behind us. Foul. One and one's the count. 6-2 Lubbock Rebels, bottom of the third. No outs. There's one that goes up to second baseman. Second baseman's up with it to first for the out. Another nice quick out by the Outcast. It's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. That'll be outside. Braxton steps in for the Lubbock Rebels. There's a swing and a hit. That's down to short. Short's up with it, and he's over to first. Did he keep his foot on the bag? Yes, he did. That's 3 up and 3 down for Mr. Braden, who comes in relief pitching. Good job, boys. At the end of 3, Lubbock Rebels 6, Outcast 2. Here on this beautiful day at Reyes Mashburn Park in Midland, Texas for the Back to School Bash. USSSA Baseball here on YouTube TV live around the world. We have people from Florence, Italy watching. We have people from Colombia watching. If you're watching from a different spot other than the state of Texas, let us know about it. Please like us at least. Subscribe is even better, but at least like us. Let us know that you like what you're seeing. It helps us out. Zippy the Chimp. Zippy the Chimp. He was up there on stage and he reaches over. Johnny Carson back in those days could smoke. And he had a box of cigarettes on his desk. Zippy the Chimp reaches over, gets a cigarette out of the box, grabs Carson's lighter and lights the cigarette and proceeds to smoke a cigarette right there with Johnny Carson. I kid you not. His handler said, Zippy, why don't you go ahead and take off your skates? Get comfortable. Zippy unties his skates, takes them off, and then he tells him, I'll go ahead and put them back on. He puts them back on and ties his dang shoelaces. This chimp was on the Ed Sullivan Show one time. Same chimp on the Ed Sullivan Show one time. He comes out as a fully dressed Navy sailor. And he goes AWOL on the crowd by taking a water gun, and he just soaks the entire crowd. They said, Sailor, you're AWOL, you're going to jail. His handler said that every morning, of course, he's long since died, Zippy has, and the handler. Again, I'm old, and this was years ago. So the handler said he gets up every morning, brushes his teeth, and dresses himself and comes down for breakfast. That's a chimp. My kids can't even do that. Well, here we go. Back in gear. Top of the fourth. Steps in, number 21, Cowboy. He lays down a bunt. Can he make it? Third up with it. Overshoots first base. Cowboy now is going to go on over to second base. Now he's rounding second, going to third, and he's in there safe. That young man got on his horse, and he headed for third. That's what he did. He's a Cowboy after all. Good job, Cowboy. Man, that gets the inning off to a fantastic start. Liam's up for the outcast. He's got a runner on third. He desperately wants to get home. That's 1-0. One ball, no strikes, no outs, 6-2. Rebels top of the fourth. He hits one back to the pitcher. The pitcher's up. No, I'm sorry. I believe second base came up with it and threw him out. Not before, though, Cowboys scored. Good job, Cowboy. That cuts the score in half. 6-3 in favor of the Rebels. Logan steps in. That's outside and high. Gets away from the catcher a little bit, but he gets to it quick. Nobody on bases, so it's no harm, no foul. One 1-0 the count. One out. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 6-3 Rebels top of the fourth here at Reyes Mashburn Field in Midland, Texas. Instead of listening and watching, if you're in that Midland or Odessa, you should be here live. There's a swing and a miss. Hot dogs, burritos, popcorn, all the stuff that'll make that heart stop and that liver quiver. Oh, 1-2 is the count. It's low, gets away from the catcher, he gets back to it. Number 41, Mason, is the catcher. Number 27, Jones, is the pitcher for the Rebels out of Lubbock, Texas. There's a swing and a hit. That's to second base for a line drive out. It's a nice hit. And a nice catch by Ryland over at second base. Kobe's going to come in for the outcast and see if he can slice and dice this defense up just a little bit. First pitch in there by Jones to Kobe as a ball. Yeah, one's outside for a ball. Pitcher a little frustrated. Pitcher's done a great job. This will be his 56th pitch. Is Briston Jones pitching for the Rebels. That's a foul tip back to the right side into the net. 2 balls, a strike, 2 outs, 6-3. Rebels top of the 4th. Kobe steps in. That's high. Hitter's advantage on this one. Want to welcome everybody from Lubbock, Texas that's watching their family member or friend play ball. That's in there for a strike. That drives the count full for Kobe. Kobe's going to have to be a swinger right here in the baseball sense. That's outside. That's going to walk Kobe. What a good job at managing that out bat by Kobe, who gets down there on first. That's a quality at bat for Kobe. Mark's going to step in, uniform number 9, with Chad on deck. See if we can get, I left that there because I thought he was going to try to pick that young man off. Gets back in time. We'll leave this camera shot up just in case he tries to switch it. And we'll switch if we have to. There he goes. He's coming home. And there's the runner. He's on the go. He's down and safe. Is Kobe at second base. That puts that runner in scoring position. First and third are open. There is 2 outs. It's 6-3. Rebels top of the 4th. Mark's in there hitting, and Chad over on deck. Got your runner down there on second. He's looking at third, stretching out there a little bit. Jones in the windup. That's low. That's number 62 for Briston Jones. He's probably starting to get a little gassed. He's a big young man, but that's a lot of pitches. He's in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs. You can hear Jones as he releases that ball. You can hear him yell out just a little bit. Tells me he's laboring. But doing a great job, I might add. You can hear him there. There's runners over on to third, and he's in there. That's a steal. That's a steal for Kobe. They're wanting this. They're wanting it bad. They're trying hard. You might listen here. Jones really is yelling out when he throws. I think you heard him right there. And he threw a strike on his 65th pitch to strike out the side. Midway through the 4th, 6-3, Lubbock Rebels over the Odessa Outcast. This is a really good game. I think as we mentioned early on, Lubbock Rebels are a major. Outcast at AA level. We're in a USSSA tournament. Of course, we watch it early on as these teams make up, and I think they had 7 or 8 teams in the AA. Had a couple of teams up in the open or the major. With this is one of them. Lubbock Soto's the other. Instead of going ahead and filling out the open or the major team, they dropped those two teams down into the AA, which is maddening to the other 6 or 7 or 8 teams that are down in AA that pay their $575 too. I think there's got to be a better way. I think there's got to be a better way to skin that cat. When you do that, you just pretty much set the table for the top, for the 2 teams that are open teams. And AA, rest of the other 6 or 7 or 8 teams are basically playing for a silver bracket championship. So I think there needs to be some discussion with a lot of these teams that are in the AA around how that can be better done. Certainly the Rebels want to play where they need to play, and certainly AA wants to play and learn to get to the major level. I don't think the Rebels or the Outcasts, the Opens, the Majors, or the AAs want this going on. I think it just can be a lot better managed. And I think the teams are going to have to get together and figure out how to impress upon the folks that put these tournaments together, and however way they can do that to get it straight. Rebels are leading this one 6-3. The Outcasts are battling hard, giving it everything they have to try to hang in there today. My hat's off to the Outcasts. They play hard. They're well coached. They work hard. They're in it every game. And it won't be long. They're going to be up in the Open or the Major for sure. There's a hit right up the middle. Center field's up with it. He's to his cutoff man. And that'll be the first runner for the Rebels. Marion on base down there. Evan. Nice single up the middle. Let's leave it here in case. Nope, he's not going to. All right. Runner's on the move. And he steals second. Slide in on his stomach there. Lubbock Rebels, a well-coached team. Good, strong team out of Lubbock, Texas. These players know how to play ball on Lubbock side. I think the other team is the Lubbock Soto. If I'm not mistaken, they're the other major that's in here. So we got 2 teams out of Lubbock, Texas. One of my favorite towns. That's down the right side. Right field's under it. Makes a diving catch for an out. Wow. Good job by that right fielder, Kobe. For the Outcast, he dove out for that. Runner tags up, goes to third. But had he not caught that, that runner certainly at second would come on around to score. Nice. Another nice play by the Outcast by Kobe. Liam, I think, maybe. I might correct that. Getting corrected by Liam. I was looking at the previous game changer. Thanks for that correction. That was Liam in right field making a nice diving catch to keep that runner from scoring. Good job, Liam. Hope you get to see yourself on the replay when you get home tonight. There's a swing and a hit down the left side. Left field is under it. He makes a diving catch for the out. And that's Mark out in left field. Which one? Paulino? I'm sorry, that's Paulino out in left field that makes that diving catch for the Outcast. That is 2 excellent catches in the outfield for the Outcast. What do they say? Infield wins games. Outfield wins championships. Boys in the outfield, 2 good plays. Liam and Paulino. Here's the pitch. That was a nice one. That's back out to right field again. That's going to drop on the line. Liam's over to it quick. In back to his cutoff as it should be. Over to second. That's a nice double by Ryland. Ryland hits that right out almost to the line down the right. Liam's on his horse. He gets to it quickly, gets it wrangled up and holds him to a double. That one's outside. 7-3, Lubbock Rebels over the Outcast, bottom of the fourth. Hayes is up for the Rebels. Again, number 7, Braden for the Outcast pitching. He's in relief for Braylon, who started the game. It's a little bit high to Trojacek, I believe is it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. It's not on purpose. Hayes on deck. Briston Jones for the Rebels. That's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 7-3, Lubbock Rebels. Runner on second, nobody on first and third. That is a strike. That runs the count full for Braden. If he could somehow get this in there, we could shut this down. The man left on second. That's a little high, that'll walk. Hayes. That brings in Briston Jones, the pitcher for the Lubbock Rebels. Jones steps in. He has a man on second and first. There was an attempted pickoff right there. Hayes gets back in time. That's over to the left side. That's under. The shortstop's under it, and he has it for the final out of the side. That is a nice play by shortstop, I believe. David got up under that for the Outcast. He had to back up on his heels to get to that. He did that very nicely. Good job there, David, for the final out of that side. At the end of 4, at Reyes Mashburn Field in Midland, Texas, on this beautiful cloud-covered Sunday afternoon. Lubbock Rebels 7, Odessa Outcasts 3. The Outcasts have, after the first inning or so, they've kept it in check. Lubbock jumped on them really quickly, but since that time, the Outcasts they've regrouped and they have held their own against this major team they're playing out of Lubbock, Texas. Outcast being a AA, 11U. They have nothing to hang their hats on. They have battled this very well. They're in this game. Could go either way. Good job, coaches. Good job, Outcast, for not getting it's easy to get your dauber down when you know you're up against a lot, and it proves that you're mentally tough and you're ready to go. And it might have been through the Outcast Juggernaut telecast. We talked about Bob Euchre. We also saw Euchre on the Johnny Carson show a few nights ago. The self-proclaimed best baseball player in the world. Bob Euchre. We lost Bob in January of 2025. What a character Bob Euchre was. It's worth repeating, even though y'all might have heard this yesterday. Bob Euchre, he's a play-by-play announcer for the Milwaukee Brewers for 54 seasons.
You have plenty of that, yeah?
No. That's your picture.
I want to make sure it's charging.
He also was an occasional actor on television. He did some stuff. He started his broadcasting career in Milwaukee in 1971, I think. He's famously dubbed Mr. Baseball. Back in play, that's a hit out to left field. Left field is up under it, and he makes a really good catch in center field for the first out. He was rocked back on his heels when he caught that ball. That was well hit by Braylon. I'm sorry, by Chad. Hayes out in center field catches that ball back on his heels, running backwards. Good job, Hayes. So we've had a pitching change. Callaway comes in. Cooper Callaway comes in for the Lubbock Rebels. Coop has number 8 on his uniform. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 7-3 Rebels. Top of the 5th over the Outcast. Jones had a great outing today. Briston Jones for the Lubbock Rebels. Check swing strike on Braylon. Catcher does a good job, Mason, getting out there to get that ball. It was a little bit outside, could have been by him. Of course, there's nobody on base, so no harm, no foul, but it's good to see that catcher so into it, no matter what the situation is. There is a nice hit out right field. Right fielder's under it. Ripken for the Rebels, under it for the second out. Hard hit ball by Braylon. These Outcast boys, they're hitting hard, and they're hitting up and down the lineup all the way to the bottom. Braden comes in for the Outcast. There's 2 outs on him. That's low and down outside there by Callaway. Coop just getting started for the Rebels. He's thrown 7 pitches. There's a hit behind us into the net by Braden. Adriel Pac-Man is up on deck for the Outcasts. 1-1's the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 7-3 Lubbock Rebels. Swing and a hit. That's back up to the pitcher. Third base gets it. He's over with it in time for the out. That's a nice play by third baseman, coming up quickly, getting it over to first for the out. That'll end the side midway through the 5th, 7-3 Lubbock Rebels over the Odessa Outcasts. These games are also time games. They're for an hour and a half. So they go an hour and a half, and that's that. Mr. Baseball, Bob Euchre, He also played, he did some cameos. He was George Owens on Mr. Belvedere, if you remember that. He also played, he was the play-by-play announcer for, on that TV, what was the name of that? Major League. He played as Harry Doyle, the announcer on Major League, the film Major League. He did make it to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, by the way. In 2003, he made it into the Hall of Fame with the Ford C. Frick Award in recognition of his broadcasting career. Euchre signed with his hometown Milwaukee Braves in 1956 as a baseball player. He spent a lot of years in the minor leagues. Made his major league debut in 1962 as a backup catcher for the Milwaukee Braves. He also played for the St. Louis Cardinals, the Philadelphia Phillies, and Atlanta Braves from 62 to 67. And he won a World Series with the Cardinals in 1964, did Bob Euchre. All right, bottom of the fifth. As Hardy steps in for the Lubbock Rebels. He hits one down towards third. Third's up with it. He's over to first. In time for the out. Very nice play by Kennan at third base. Over to first base. Logan for the first out of the side. That was a great play. Bottom of the fifth, 7-3 Lubbock. One out. Mason's up for the Lubbock Rebels with nobody on. That's a nice strike in there by Braden for the Outcast. Braden's really pitching well. Got 26 pitches on him right now. That's another nice pitch. Gets the swing out of 41. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 7-3, bottom of the fifth, Lubbock Rebels. That's a foul tip. That was hit down the right side. That does drop. No, that is foul. Looked like it was on the line there. Mason will come back, try again. 1-2's the count. Nobody on. That's inside. That ball brushed his teeth just a little bit in case he forgot to this morning. Ball. That drives the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That'll walk, Mason. He'll take that first base down there, and that'll be the... Okay, so the time has run. Like I said, it's an hour and a half. So at the end of an hour and a half, the game is called. Lubbock Rebels 7, Outcast 3. Good job, Outcast. Y'all hung in there, played well. You have nothing to be embarrassed about or sad about. You came out, you played a good game. You battled well. And hats off to you. Each and every one of you tried really, really hard. I believe that You got a monumental task ahead of you. Lubbock Rebels will go on. I'm sure they're going to end up meeting the Lubbock Soto, the two majors. I'm sure they'll end up in the I'll be surprised if they don't end up in the playoff their game to see who wins that one. And that'll certainly be a good game because that'll be between two majors. And that'll be a good game to watch if y'all are around or at the ballpark. We enjoyed doing this for the Outcast. The Juggernaut TV station did. We enjoyed doing this on behalf of them. We hope to do it again someday for them. Proud of the Outcast. We appreciate all of those fans for the Outcast that are so nice to us. I see them a lot over in DBAT. They bring kiddos over there and let those trainers train, and they'll use their cages over there. DBAT's such a great facility in Midland, Texas. Get to see them over there. They're always good about coming up, saying hello, and giving us a shout out. Outcast did a good job. We appreciate being able to put this on air for you. Please like us, subscribe to us. Even if you're seeing it after the fact, a year down the road, it does help to like us. So that'll be it. We're done today until the next tournament. Endeca Crude Express, your crude oil hauler for Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana. If you're in the oil and gas industry, get them to haul your oil. They do that as good as we do telecast, and that is top-notch. Thank you, Endeca, for allowing us to do this. For my statistician, Jessica Jones-Williamson, myself, Steve Williamson. For my statistician, Jessica Jones-Williamson, and myself, Steve Williamson. Have a good Sunday. Have a good week coming up. And thanks again for allowing us to be a part of your Sunday afternoon from Reyes Mashburn Field in Midland, Texas.